Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters cast. Going to be playing an awesome game for you here today. Down at the bottom right side of the map, it is Mr. jjakji. He is 20 years of age from South Korea, plays for the MY Insanity team. And his opponent up in the top left side of the map is Mr. VortiX, 21 years of age from Spain, plays for Team Millennium. So this is, of course, the round of 32 of the Premier League for the WCS European Season 3 from last year. So getting through that, seeing a bunch of awesome players here, and it's going to be very exciting to be checking these guys out. This is actually in the round of 32. They kind of do this thing where two players play each other, then two other players play each other, and then the two winners play each other and the two losers play each other, and then the winner of the losers sort of pair and the loser of the winners pair play each other again to decide who comes in second, and the person who wins the winners pair obviously comes in first, and then the first and second are the two guys to the two people to push on to the next bracket. And that, it's a very, very interesting. So VortiX and jjakji are actually in the losers pair for this bracket. You've got Harstem and Kaz is the other game, and they were apparently the ones who did the winning first off. So Kaz beat VortiX and Harstem beat jjakji. It took ace matches both times, but yeah, so it's definitely an epic series of games, and that's just the round of 32. So you can only imagine the sort of craziness that gets up in the top level. But I don't know. With all the daily masters, with all the hairy smash tournaments and stuff like that, I don't know if I could ever fully cast a tournament anymore. On top of all that and a whole bunch of other stuff I've got going on, it'd just be too much. I mean, maybe I could do it cast the entire tournament as part of the daily masters, going through from the round of 8 or something like that, running through all the games and making that part of daily masters. But yeah, you guys have to let me know what you think about that, because the problem with doing that is casting all of the games is you end up casting the 6-minute cannon rushes and the 6-minute ling rushes that that aren't really all that interesting in terms of the game. They're just people cheesing their face off, and yeah, sometimes it makes sense in a tournament setting, but it generally doesn't make any sense when it comes to a casting, trying to make a exciting game for people to watch. It almost never makes sense. So I'd definitely like to do the tournament separate to daily masters, but yeah, with all this other stuff, it's just too many games, too much for poor titled me. So it looks like the Hellions are going to be able to get through the Queens, sort of. No, now they're going to be running out. I gotta say, they took just as much damage running out as they did running in, and two Hellions almost died there, and this Hellion decided to go around the other way. Why? I have no idea. I presume he just moved it down there, and then the waypoint macro decided, oh yeah, I should actually go around the other way. Luckily he didn't lose any of those Hellions, but damn, very, very close on that sort of thing. So regardless, these rocks going down, VortiX of course does need to get those rocks down just to have a better chance of being able to defend this base. And once he does have those rocks down, it's going to be in a very, very good position. The Hellions thinking about it. Two Queens are still out there though, and the Hellion's not really getting anywhere in this, so it has to resort to a scan just for scanning purposes. Sees a crap load of workers. In fact, VortiX has been pushing out really hard. That's 59, over 47 at the moment, looking very, very good. And jjakji going for his own set of rocks as well, going to be going for his own nice third base in there. The Overlord slowly getting forward a little bit, but the Marine is on patrol, obviously expecting an Overlord to be coming at some point, and is going to get owned pretty quickly. There we go. The Overlord can eventually scout something. What is there to scout? There is a starport to scout. There is a factory building a reactor to scout. So not really anything, to be honest. The Overlord's not really going to scout anything fantastic, just buildings being built. And I'm sure he does expect all of this at this point. Hellions still out in force. You might as well push them for as much as you can. Try and get as much damage done as you can. But, oh, the Ling gets through, sees the third base, and immediately gets destroyed. But, yeah, VortiX obviously knows that there is a third base for the Terran player now. He's going for his own fourth base over here, which is kind of good, but still, you know, quite a bit open to this sort of leg. If jjakji decides to use that, he will need to start taking out these rocks and doing all that sort of stuff. It's just going to be interesting. This is a 4-player map. I'm pretty sure it's on identical 4-player spawn locations, but there's rocks here, and that gap doesn't look the same as this gap. It looks way bigger. So I think this is actually a 2-player map, and it's just this gap is just way wider than the other gap. So I think it is a 2-player map. I really don't think it's designed for 4 players. So it's a 2-player map, but the spawn locations can be either top left and bottom right, or top right and bottom left, and that sort of changes it up quite a bit. I'm having flashbacks from when I did my map analysis, so oh man, the Bailey's coming in, no speed, but the creep is just so crazy here. And jjakji, man, running this far onto creep was, I don't know, I think it was quite a silly idea, to be honest. And he lost a lot of units doing that. And look at VortiX now, man. He knows what a good attack that was. He knows what a good position he is in. He is building 17 workers. And it's not like he lost a lot. He's just building a crap load because he can. And jjakji's not doing a bad job either. He's up to 74 workers. He's looking pretty good. So yeah, he's going to be happy. Both players are going to be extremely happy with what they've got going at the moment. They've got gas coming down on the 4th base. So that's going to be pretty phenomenal. And jjakji really needs to do a bit of a better job than last time. And he pushed on. We didn't see the scan going down. We didn't see the creep being pushed back. And if you go that deep onto creep, then you are going to suffer the consequences. It's really got to be, you know, you got to be a little bit more careful. You can't just run into the middle of the creep and hope that things turn out okay. So yes, bunch of Marines coming out. They do see the mutas, so that's a nice spot right there. Both players, the upgrade's doing a pretty good job. There we go. There's some nice action. Got the creep going down, being pushed back. He's not moving too far out on the creep. He's moving a little bit, but mainly just to kill the creep tumors. So it's not bad. Leaving some widow mines as well, just a nice surprise. Decides to pull them back at the last second. This Marine going in as well. Don't know how long it's going to take to him to start taking that creep, if he does decide to do it, but I would not be surprised to see a few Marines just sweeping the creep up in that sector. Would not be a bad idea, just to make sure that happen. Man, he's really pushing the creep nice and hard in this area. Really, really pushing it hard. So I'll have to see how that goes. He's sending those Marines out absolutely everywhere, just sitting them in the middle of nowhere, just to find out when the army is moving, basically. Just to sort of, yeah, so he's going to go down here, take out a lot of creep, leaves the Marine up here to scout when the army is going, but of course they somehow missed that Marine, and I don't know if the Marine spotted them, so there we go. Some nice Widow Mine hits, some nice Bailey hits, both players sort of just poking at each other a bit, but the important thing is jjakji is getting out there. He's not really risking himself too much, and he's really hitting that creep hard. So I like this attack a lot more than I like the first attack. It's going a lot more smoothly. It's a lot more, it's a lot smarter. jjakji is playing a lot smarter. And this attack going to go down. All the mutas really going that. Is he pushing in? Is he going for a push? Is he going to try and take this hatchery? He's definitely thinking about it, but there are Bailings waiting for him. I don't know what he can expect to do with these Bailings. He's really getting hit hard. He may have overextended himself. The mutas were out of the screen up there dealing with the drop, and he thought maybe he could take out that hatchery, but he may have overextended himself here. VortiX was waiting with all of the Bailings and Lings to defend that hatchery, so VortiX, very good awareness of what was going on and managed to foil that plan. I can only assume that's why jjakji went so deep, was to try and hit this hatchery, but it just didn't work out. So he's going to have to fall back. He's done a pretty good job though. I mean, he doesn't have to worry about creep getting to his base anytime soon, but he's still going to be careful. Almost catches the mutas. The mutas are just going to keep flying on. No chance of destroying that command center though. That was nice muta timing actually. They would have hit the command center perfectly, but the Marines sort of caught them just a little bit. Oh, and the medevac. is going to be shooting on there. Mutas need to deal with this. Hopefully VortiX picked it up on his Overlord radar, but he may not have. So here we go. These guys going for the spawning pool. That would be a very, very nice pickup if they're able to get it, and it looks like they are. Mutas are going to clean this up, but they do get the spawning pool. Meanwhile, another attack coming in. Banelings, of course, with speed now, and the Widow Mines is starting to do some good stuff, but this Baneling army is still very, very scary, and every time he clears up the creep, just more creep just comes out everywhere, so he's slowly pushing it back. But VortiX, for every bit of creep that gets knocked away, VortiX just keeps regenerating it over and over and over and over again. So, very, very tough to get a hold on that, but here we go. Mutas coming in. They've got level 1 weapons. Oh, here we go. 4 missile turrets are up, though. And that is going to be too much for the Mutas to deal with. I don't think they're going to be dealing with that many missile turrets. So away they go. Took a little bit of a hit there, but didn't really do much. Meanwhile, I got a drop on the 5th base. I love the fact that there is a 5th base there, but not too much going on. He's basically just mining the gas, man. He's going for, look at that, 1,000 gas per minute. That's an incredible amount of gas income right there. Does get knocked back, but I like the fact that he started killing those workers. That much gas income can just go completely out of control. You definitely want to be worried if he's mining 5 gas geysers at once, because you can do an incredible amount of things with 1,000 gas a minute. You really, really can. So I don't even know if I get 1,000 minerals a minute when I'm playing, because my macro just sucks. But oh, come on, Medevac. He's running for his life. No, it's not going to happen. But the creep definitely been pushed back. jjakji is still moving forward, still trying to get some stuff done. He's got 3-3 on his Marines. He's got a full 1-1 on his Thors, which is nice. Going for upgrades, I believe this is like structural armor of structures. So he's worried about those mutas, and I guess that's going to be for the missile turrets. It's the only thing I can think of. Is this is a planetary as well, surrounding it with missile turrets. So yeah, that base is definitely going to last for a while, hopefully. So here we go, nice drop going up here, continually doing damage here. This base is starting to get hit a lot, and it looks like the hatchery is about to go down. Doesn't look like VortiX is really able to do anything about it with the main army. Oh, serious Widow Mine hit there. Those mutas are going to have to fall back a little bit. They cannot do anything anywhere close to Marines for a little while. And that means that the Banelings and the Lings have to sort of attack by themselves, which is not too good. You like to have a little bit of muta cover for this sort of stuff. Here we go, going in for a drop. I don't think this drop is going to work out though. A little bit too close to the base, and he's just going to push off straight away. Are we going to see the mutas going for it? It looks like we are. jjakji going to get completely overwhelmed. Very, very fast reflexes to get that medevac out of there, and will survive for a little bit longer, but eventually the mutas will catch it and will kill it. But meanwhile, oh man, jjakji, it looked like a great plan, but hiding in the shadows, so many Banelings waiting on both wings, it worked out so perfectly for VortiX. I was looking, I was like, the Marines are sweeping in, then suddenly top of the map, bottom of the map, Banelings everywhere. VortiX, I don't know if he planned that. If he did plan that, then he is a genius. If he didn't plan that, then he's just like, holy crap, this is going to be so freaking awesome. You can almost just F2 your army and just A-move into that spot, because it's just so perfectly set up. I'm pretty sure the pros don't use F2 to select the entire army. I'm pretty sure they don't. First base on the gas. VortiX going for it as well, but jjakji has got it first. He's got the missile turrets, he's got the planetary. Both players just going for an insane amount of income in this game. Really, really nuts. 72, 73. Usually we don't see too much, but I guess both of these players are very macro-oriented players, and they really just like to do quite a lot of. I mean, you can see jjakji likes to turtle each of his bases, really likes to get those static defenses down. He's going to need more than static defenses here, though, if VortiX moves the entire army in there. But another dropship coming down, and a lot of damage being done. He's going straight for the Ultralisk Cavern. What a play there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. How many Ultras have been built? 7? That's nice. He's banked up a lot, so the next time he loses an engagement, it could be bad, because he won't be able to re-macro his Ultras up nice and fast. Their Hive does manage to survive. It's a very close thing. Manages to destroy the hatchery as well. And jjakji, this Thor does not know how close that army is, man. It is so close. Bah, so scary. We've actually got a Greater Spy coming out, so he may be thinking about Broodlords as well. What's the anti-air look like for jjakji? Not too good. Thor's about the only thing. Thor's are against Broodlords. They're okay. They've got the heavy anti-armor air attack, which is kind of good. I don't know if it outranges the Broodlord though, and that could be the big thing here. Oh, the mutas getting in before everything gets set up. Beautifully, beautifully timed there. Going to kill a whole bunch of workers. Going to scare away the command center. Needs the main army to deal with this many guys. By the time they get there, they're too late. Oh, a bit of a mistake. The medevacs doing a shortcut and getting there before the main army. That could have been quite devastating considering how much low health some of these medevacs have, but it turned out okay in the end. The hatchery gonna get denied again. jjakji has been doing an exceptionally good job with his medevacs this entire game, just constantly getting out there, constantly hitting VortiX over and over and over again. We can see 12 spine crawlers coming out, 14 spine crawlers. I mean, VortiX has just had enough. He's had enough of the muta drops, the medevac drops. He's sick and tired, and he's just going to be building a buttload of spine crawlers. And he's just going to say, yep, you know what, that's it. Don't want to deal with those stupid things anymore. But of course, a few marauders and the spine crawlers just fall like you would not believe. So, did he cancel spine crawlers here? I have a feeling he was building something and he just cancelled them. So, yeah. Fast, here we go. First of the Broodlords coming out. Unsupported, all by themselves. This is interesting. There we go, there's the rest of the army coming. I was wondering why the Broodlords were just all by themselves. And here is going to be the death push. So we do have another starport coming out, which is going to be good. But he needs to start mass producing Vikings extremely fast. He needs a ton of Vikings here. Marines are just not going to cut it against these guys. So he's got Thors, he's got Marauders. They're going to do pretty good against the Ultras. But, yeah, needs to produce a massive amount of Vikings. Has 0 at the moment, so he clearly did not see this Broodlord army coming. And now they are just going through, doing a crazy, crazy amount of damage. Only 1 attack, but level 2 attack just about to come up. We got a nice drop here. Pretty good. We got another nice drop here. Marauders taken out the spine claw. Is going to finish off the hatchery. Meanwhile, beautiful attack here from the ground. Lots of Widow Mines, but man, they're not doing much against the Ultras. The Broodlords just continuing their push, and just slowly, inexorably, they will be destroying pretty much everything. Another nice drop here. It's some sort of crazy base race situation going on at the moment. Who knows how it's going to work, but there is quite a bunch of army over here. Quite a bunch of Vikings as well. We got Corruptors, we got Mutas coming out. Only 2 Mutas left, so I don't know how they died, but they must have ended up in the bad end of a bunch of Marines or a bunch of Thors or something like that, because they're not looking good. He's trying to re-macro a whole bunch of them. Sort of working out. Main army coming out, and the Vikings are getting to work on the Broodlords. Looking pretty good. The Corruptor numbers are starting to get out there, which is good, because we need to get those Vikings down. And it looks like the Vikings are starting to drop. The Broodlords still look like they're alive to a certain degree. This army continuing to push down. They're going to start to get some stuff, but VortiX can clean this up easily, I think. He just has to put some effort into it, and he just needs to start doing some stuff. But right now, he's just sending all these units out to have a crack, try and get the bases down as soon as possible. Oh, look at all those Widow Mines. Ah, that's a lot of Widow Mine damage. I think 2 Widow Mines killed the other 3 or something like that. But regardless, Ultras kill Planetary Fortresses. So freaking easy. Broodlord's getting in there. And yeah, there we go. Everything's about to go down. So another wave of Vikings coming across, and the Corruptors are ready, but the Marines getting right under them and doing a lot of damage, nice and fast. The Broodlings starting to hit the Marine numbers, starting to take them down. With the help of the Thors, the Broodlords are finally taken down. The invading force in the main is finally destroyed for Mr. jjakji, and it's sort of been reset. I don't know if it's really a reset. Workers, yeah, it's pretty much crap all for both players. Income, it's pretty much crap all for both players. Army, heavily favouring jjakji. He's got a ton of Ultras to deal with though. He's got 9 Marauders though, so hopefully he should be fine. And there we go, the Thor's coming in as well. Not many Banelings, so it's just sheer Ultra pressure here. And it really, really is pushing him hard up against the wall, but the Ultras do eventually go down. The army is 107 to 6. And that is it. GG for Mr. jjakji. He has defeated VortiX, and it's a very, very well played game from both players, and incredibly epic from both players. I mean, anytime you see Ultras and Thors and Broodlords all in the same game, it's an epic game. It's a very, very epic game. So, yes, very, very happy to have been casting this one. And, yeah, we'll be catching another Daily Masters tomorrow. So, stay tuned for that. This has been Hairy Muppet, and I hope you enjoyed this game.